I'm Taylor Wheeler. I'm a specialist with the Missouri National Guard 1139th Military Police Company. I'm also a police officer with the Kansas City, Kansas Police Department. I always knew eventually I was going to be putting on the uniform. I have uncles and grandparents, and both my parents were in the military as well, so it was not a if I'm going to join, it was more of a when I was going to join the military. I remember meeting with my dad after September 11th and seeing the look in his face and him wanting to still be in the military. I made the promise at 7 that I was going to enlist. Told him that I'd fight for both of us at that point. It was March of 2002. He ended up passing away. He had been suffering from and battling cancer for a couple years at that point. And even though he passed, I ended up still fulfilling that promise when I was 18. My mom and I sat down and talked, and that's when I decided to call a National Guard recruiter that I'd known since I was in middle school. It made me mature a lot. I was mature, but I wasn't that mature. Now I'm to a point that I know what's at stake and I know what I need to do and what I'm working towards. It's essentially because of the National Guard and the people I've met that helped mold me into actually becoming an adult. It's definitely one of the best decisions I've made, for sure. It's essentially another family that you meet here. I have a lot of friends that I've met in the National Guard that I wouldn't have met had it not been for the National Guard. I've always wanted to be in the public safety sector in one way or another. I just always wanted to do something that would help the greater good and help everybody else. My mom was already a cop, so I grew up around it. And so I decided once I turned 21 that I was going to get into a police academy and become a cop. When I'm on shift at work at KCK, serious situations could be at any turn. You can't always fear that though, because if you go into every situation thinking that that person's going to end up hurting you or hurting somebody else, you're going to get worn out very quickly. A lot of people dwell on loss and a lot of people dwell on losing people. One thing I've always focused on is the fact that those people wouldn't want you to dwell. I carry on the legacy of the officers that have been killed, and same with the people I've lost in the military. Make sure that their leadership and how they would help anybody and everybody, make sure that that's carried on as well. A lot of people have asked me why I want to be a cop in this day and age. What's going on with police doesn't discourage me from wanting to be a cop. It actually makes me want to be a cop more. It makes me want to go out there and actually make a difference and help people.